On the street, he encounters a group of thugs harassing a woman in black stockings. The patrol officers hide in their car, too afraid to intervene. But as a former assassin, he shows no fear whatsoever. Facing the thugs' provocation, he strikes one's jaw without hesitation. Seeing this, the others rush forward in unison. Only screams echo from the alley. In the blink of an eye, he takes down all of them. The enraged leader immediately pulls out a weapon. However, the officer deliberately presses his body against the blade's tip. I've seen many cold-blooded killers, but their eyes don't look like yours. If you don't dare touch me, then you're dead. The thug, who only knew how to intimidate others, finally experiences true fear. He has never seen any police officer carry such terrifying killing intent. Who exactly are you? Who else could I be? I'm a cop who specializes in cleaning up trash like you. 1 week ago, he was still an assassin codenamed Bai Guang. This mission represents Bai Guang's final assignment as a professional killer. His superior assigns him to work alongside an assassin codenamed Maple Leaf. Just as Bai Guang prepares to inquire about the mission details, a man suddenly appears behind him, attempting a sneak attack. Fortunately, Bai Guang reacts swiftly. He grabs the chain with both hands, then delivers a devastating elbow strike to the attacker's throat. The man immediately loses his ability to fight. Bai Guang demands fiercely, "What are you doing?" It turns out the assassination target for this mission is Bai Guang himself. They intend to hold a retirement ceremony for the legendary assassin. Facing the siege of numerous elite assassins, Bai Guang charges forward with a flying knee, taking down one opponent, immediately following with a left leg kick. Then he kills another. Though they are all assassins, Bai Guang's skills far exceed theirs. "If you want to take me on, is this garbage all you prepared?" Maple Leaf reluctantly draws his gun, telling Bai Guang, "These are all Mr. Buddha's orders. I can only follow commands." Bai Guang never expected Mr. Buddha to deceive him. Mr. Buddha clearly promised that after completing this final mission, he would grant Bai Guang his freedom. You can go to hell to find that answer. Maple Leaf pulls the trigger, but Bai Guang's strong survival instinct drives him to lunge forward desperately. At this moment, a monk in the temple burns incense. In the incense burner sits a card with Guang written on it. The phone rings. The monk asks whether the mission has been completed. However, the voice on the other end is not Maple Leaf. "You damn monk, you're at the temple now, aren't you?" The monk shows no surprise at this outcome. Naturally, a monk stays at the temple. "Bai Guang, do you think you can enter?" However, Bai Guang has already arrived at the temple gates. "If you don't dare come out, then I'll personally open this door." Numerous assassins hold weapons, watching Bai Guang with predatory eyes. The leading strongman tells him, "Mr. Buddha is preparing the ritual." Bai Guang cannot help but mock, kidnapping people, then training them as killing machines, using human lives for money, and such a person can still be called Buddha? Hearing someone dare speak ill of Mr. Buddha, the strongman raises his axe to split him in half. Bai Guang bends down and slashes open his stomach with one strike. "You bastards, get out of my way. I've been raised as a killing machine since childhood. That man took everything from me, my body, my life, and my family." Bai Guang's eyes have turned bloodshot. After eliminating all the assassins, Mr. Buddha finally comes out to meet him. "You clearly promised to let me live an ordinary person's life. Didn't we make an agreement?" Mr. Buddha responds calmly, "So I'm helping you now. People eventually leave this world. This is what ordinary people's lives should be like." After Mr. Buddha says Namo Amitabha, he directly ends Bai Guang's life with a single shot. After an unknown period, Bai Guang hears someone calling him. When he opens his eyes again, he finds himself surrounded by police officers. Moreover, a female officer addresses him as Kim Kyung-soo. Upon seeing the police officer and his reflection in the mirror, he realizes that the legendary assassin Bai Guang has somehow been reborn as a police officer after his resurrection. His colleague tells him that he attempted to end his life by hanging and has been hospitalized for a week. He also wrote down the names of seniors who frequently bullied subordinates in his suicide note. After discharge, Police Sergeant Huang Cholman and Huang Yongchan immediately confront him. "After hearing about your parents' crimes, you wanted to kill yourself, right? Since you want to die, just die quietly. How dare you write down our names to drag us down with you?" Huang Xiaomin immediately raises his hand to slap him. However, Kim Kyung-soo catches his wrist. Huang Xiaomin turns to ask the female officer Jo Gyung-hee kneeling nearby, "Don't you think this behavior constitutes insubordination?" Jo Gyung-hee responds, "I'm facing downward and can't see anything." Another sergeant crouches in front of her with a malicious smile. "Then let me, your senior, take care of you and personally help you up." Kim Kyung-soo curses, "A bunch of bastards. I didn't expect this place to be such a mess too." He then forcefully grips the man's wrist. The intense pain makes Huang Cholman feel as if his bones are about to shatter. He yells at Kim Kyung-soo to let go immediately. However, Kim Kyung-soo extends 2 fingers. Then he presses them directly against Huang Cholman's neck. Amid everyone's shocked expressions, the unconscious Huang Cholman instantly collapses to the ground. Next, Kim Kyung-soo slowly raises his foot toward the other sergeant. Then he stomps down hard. He targets a particularly sensitive area. The twisted expression clearly shows intense agony. However, the other bullied colleagues not only fail to thank him, but they actually accuse him of insubordination. Bi Guang never expected that after being betrayed by his organization in his previous life, he would now face betrayal from his colleagues. Soon, a group reports to Police Chief Choi Jin-ha, police officers actually fighting each other, and even daring to attack seniors. Do you think public servants can't be fired? Take off your uniform and get out immediately. After leaving the office, colleagues scold him, asking if he has lost his mind. Don't you remember that those seniors' fathers are all police superintendents? Police superintendents are people we can never afford to offend, so Kim Kyung-soo, farewell. We'll always remember you. Bi Guang finally understands why the assassin organization never gets caught. Their internal corruption runs this deep. Returning home, Bi Guang stares at the broken hanging rope, lost in thought. Kim Kyung-soo was abandoned by both parents and organization. Ultimately, he ended his life. His fate mirrors Bi Guang's exactly. Since heaven has given him a chance at rebirth, he must break this cycle of fate. That night, Bi Guang visits the Western police station. He finds Hong Jun, an old acquaintance from his previous life, who now serves as security chief. Hong Jun refuses to believe that someone died and was reborn as a police officer. However, Bi Guang states, "I'm not asking you to believe me, I'm threatening you, security chief. Let me handle the Huaguo Temple raid for you." Hong Jun is shocked. How could this person know about such matters? Who exactly are you? Hong Jun quietly reaches for his radio, seeking backup. However, screams fill the airwaves. Bi Guang's expression gradually darkens. "I've been saying from the start, I'm not asking you, I'm genuinely threatening you." Hong Jun breaks into a cold sweat and asks again, "Who are you really?" "I am Bi Guang." Hong Jun naturally refuses to believe this. So Bi Guang reveals the agreement they made 3 years ago. At that time, Hong Jun was merely a police chief investigating Huaguo Temple's true nature. Mr. Buddha sent Bi Guang to teach him a lesson. However, Bi Guang chose not to kill him. The condition was that Hong Jun must capture the monk within 3 years. Hong Jun asked why. "Aren't you from the same organization?" Bi Guang's answer was, "I don't like monks. Because they're all bald. Now 3 years have passed and you haven't honored our agreement. But you've been promoted quite quickly these 3 years. You must have put considerable effort into flattery, so you should just die." Hong Jun hastily explains, "It's not that I didn't keep my word, but that I couldn't keep it. I climbed to this position through flattery to easily gather intelligence." When Hong Jun initially proposed that Mr. Buddha from Huaguo Temple was the leader of an assassination organization, everyone laughed. Huaguo Temple is a cultural heritage site. You must be reading too many comics. Just as Hong Jun prepared to present additional evidence, he faced severe criticism from higher-ups. Such actions would bring divine punishment. We cannot touch such matters. After hearing this, Bi Guang decides to spare him temporarily. "But this is only temporary. I'll help you so you won't die by my hand. But from now on, you must satisfy my demands." The next day, someone kicks open the police station doors. When colleagues see Kim Kyung-soo arriving, they look puzzled. "Weren't you dismissed?" Such commotion naturally alerts Police Chief Choi Jin-ha. He points at Kim Kyung-soo and shouts angrily, "Didn't I tell you never to come back? Get out of here right now." At this moment, a figure appears behind Kim Kyung-soo. Choi Jin-ha's jaw nearly drops in shock. It is the high-ranking security chief. "Sir, why would you come to our small station?" Hong Jun pats Kim Kyung-soo's shoulder affectionately, saying, "I came to see where our Kyung-soo works." Choi Jin-ha begins stuttering. "What's your relationship with Patrol Officer Kim Kyung-soo?" "Patrol Officer Kim Kyung-soo could be considered my lifesaver. Please take good care of our Kyung-soo from now on." Bi Guang never expected hierarchy to be so effective. Subsequently, he asks Hong Jun for one final favor. At night, Mr. Buddha is striking his wooden fish. A figure silently appears at the doorway. "Who are you?" "I am a vengeful spirit drifting in this world due to resentment." Mr. Buddha pulls burning incense from the burner. He immediately shoots all of them toward the mysterious figure. The incense sticks have sharp steel needles at their bases. The mysterious figure nimbly dodges all attacks. "As a monk, how can you cause such chaos in a place serving Buddha? The owner of that mask is dead. Who exactly are you?" "I told you, I'm a vengeful spirit." The monk snaps his fingers. Several men instantly appear. "Since you're a vengeful spirit, let me help you achieve enlightenment." Bi Guang immediately takes down one person. He seizes the dagger from his hand. Then with a flash of the blade, he instantly eliminates 4 assassins. The remaining men freeze in terror, that are too afraid to act. Bi Guang begins mocking the monk. "Looks like you'll need to care for several more souls, but you must remember to take good care of them. Otherwise, they'll become vengeful spirits like me and come for you." The monk realizes these men are no match for him, so he orders them all to retreat. "Although I don't know who sent you, you appear to be possessed by an evil spirit. It seems I must personally exorcise you. Let me see what you look like under that mask." Bi Guang quickly responds, "Let's save that for another day. I only came to say hello today. You'll naturally learn who I am later. Just keep your neck ready and wait for me." Before Bi Guang finishes speaking, the monk suddenly charges forward. Just as his hand reaches the mask, smoke accompanied by explosion sounds instantly fills the entire room. It turns out to be tear gas. When the smoke clears, Bi Guang has vanished. The monk crushes the mask in his hand. Then he looks at the card in the incense burner. Do vengeful spirits truly exist in this world? The next day, Security Chief Hong Jun appears utterly exhausted. Biguang asks why he looks so terrible. Hong Jun responds, "It's all because of you. Not only did you injure all personnel at my station, but you also made me steal tear gas for you. I've been overwhelmed handling the aftermath for you." Biguang responds, "Who told you not to catch that damn monk sooner?" Hong Jun counters, "Everything requires evidence. Someone who kills randomly like you simply doesn't understand." Biguang states, "I only kill those who deserve death. Otherwise, you'd already be dead by my hand." Hong Jun warns him, "No one has the right to take another's life. Even if that person deserves death, everyone must face judgment according to society's laws." Then why hasn't that damn monk faced judgment yet? Better to let 10 criminals go free than let one innocent suffer. Biguang has grown tired of such rhetoric. Why does everything require evidence? How about I form my own team to investigate personally? Hong Jun scolds, "You're just a patrol officer. What qualifications do you have to form a team? At minimum, you'd need to reach the rank of guard." Upon hearing this, Biguang immediately shows interest. "Looks like I need to work hard for a quick promotion." Returning to the police station, he asks Jo Gyung-hee how to achieve rapid promotion. Jo Gyung-hee explains, "First, you need 1 year of service, then take the promotion exam. Advancing from patrol officer to guard takes at least 10 years. Even with Security Chief Hong Jun's backing, you still need to go through the examination process. However, there's one special circumstance. If you apprehend a major criminal, you can receive a special promotion." Before Jo Gyung-hee finishes speaking, Kim Kyung-soo, who was just in front of her, disappears in the blink of an eye. At this moment, he has arrived at the night's busiest street. This area not only teems with various illegal transactions, but frequently witnesses fights and brawls. Biguang in his police uniform stands out conspicuously on the street. Having spent a lifetime as an assassin without formal education, achieving special promotion through criminal apprehension seems like an excellent choice. Among the national population, 1 in 3 people has a criminal record. Although this includes those with minor violations, the number of people who have committed crimes remains remarkably high. Currently, Biguang seeks not merely minor offenders but major criminals. After patrolling the area, he finally identifies a target that could facilitate his rapid promotion. Such behavior constitutes a serious crime. Suddenly, the bar music stops. A long-haired man asks everyone, "Why isn't anyone dancing? Did you all overuse your backs last night?" A beautiful woman below responds, "As long as you can open champagne, we guarantee we'll have fun." The long-haired man shows a wicked smile. "Since you really want it, then open your mouths wide, my ladies." He then produces a stack of patches. "Are you handsome guys suffering from back pain? You all need to catch these. Let's spend a passionate night together." At this moment, a discordant voice appears. "Passionate my ass. You'd better come with me for some hot prison food." These items are strictly prohibited contraband. Upon hearing contraband, everyone's expressions change immediately. The exposed long-haired man becomes furious. "Who exactly are you?" Biguang removes his jacket, revealing his uniform underneath. "Why don't you guess?" Seeing a police officer, the long-haired man immediately turns and flees toward the back door. However, the back door has been locked from outside. The people outside have also been cleared out by Biguang. The long-haired man's group now has no escape route. Soon, they discover only one police officer pursuing them. "You came out here alone, didn't you? So what?" The long-haired man shows an evil smile. "Coming here alone. Today I'll make sure you never return." The suited man beside him produces a red patch from his jacket. He then applies the patch to his neck. The next second, his body shows bulging veins. The man howls toward the sky like a madman. Biguang charges forward and punches him directly. "You two are celebrating too early." The fallen man begins clutching his nose in agonizing screams. Biguang states, "That's more appropriate. You should only scream when it hurts." The following scene proves extremely brutal. The long-haired man becomes paralyzed with fear on the ground. He begins begging the police officer for mercy. "If you spare me, I'll give you whatever you want." However, Biguang responds, "I only want a quick promotion." The next day, news reports cover a criminal gang's arrest by police. Biguang receives a special promotion to sergeant rank. Just as Hong Jun prepares to criticize him, this arrest method was too inhumane. Biguang produces an item. It appears wrapped tightly in leaves. "I found this contraband in their vault." Hong Jun shows great shock. "You actually took evidence out privately?" Biguang opens the leaves, saying, "Seeing this, doesn't it remind you of anything? The legendary November Phoenix, commonly known as Shitnix." At this moment, a man wearing a cock mask holds red patches. The person with 2 patches stuck on him kneels on the ground, constantly begging for mercy. It turns out Biguang's captured criminal team belongs to his jurisdiction. The boss currently punishes him for this incident. As the 3rd patch adheres to his body, the man's body immediately explodes. The woman before them is Phoenix, also one of the monk's assassins. Brother Biguang left this world in December, and Brother Maple Leaf also received punishment. Phoenix remains extremely cautious now. She does not want Mr. Buddha to discipline her. Therefore, she will personally discipline this police officer. After Biguang's promotion to sergeant, His 3 former colleagues all approach him, requesting that he include them in his next operation for special promotions. They hope Biguang will bring them along during his next mission. However, Biguang responds, "Why should I bring you? I'm sufficient alone." Jo Gyung-hee begins appealing emotionally. "Have you forgotten how well we treated you before? We faced punishment together and visited you in the hospital." At this time, someone says, "We're mutually supportive colleagues." This statement triggers unpleasant memories for Biguang. When Mr. Buddha designated him as the top assassin, other assassins showed considerable dissatisfaction. "Someone like you who distinguishes between good and bad when killing. Why should you rank first among us?" Phoenix showed even greater jealousy toward him. "Who made our brother Biguang as Mr. Buddha's favorite? Why don't you just die?" Therefore, when someone mentions colleagues in front of Biguang, his anger instantly rises. "Colleagues mean shit. Get promoted first, then talk to me. You small fry, who you calling colleague?" Jo Gyung-hee becomes angry and immediately challenges him to a one-on-one fight. Fortunately, the chief appears at this moment. He begins shouting at the 3 people, "You useless lot," slacking off again. "Of course, except for our Kim Kyung-soo. Is our police station's lucky charm feeling unwell anywhere?" He then begins shamelessly flattering him. Thanks to Biguang's major achievement, the chief will also receive a promotion. Meanwhile, the 2 seniors Biguang previously hospitalized have been discharged. Upon learning that Kim Kyung-soo not only has the security chief as backing but also received a special promotion, they become extremely angry. "We must find someone to bring this kid down." At this moment, a seductive voice appears behind them. "Officers, may I ask for directions?" She deliberately bends over, revealing some enticing curves. This causes the already lustful sergeant's blood to boil. They immediately approach, asking where the beautiful woman wants to go. Coincidentally, she seeks the Ilsan police station where they work. However, the woman then asks whether they know Kim Kyung-soo. "He picked up something belonging to me. If I can't retrieve it, I'm finished." The 2 sergeants break into a sweat, initially thinking she might be his girlfriend. "We almost refuse to help her." To express gratitude, the woman offers them pastries to taste. Soon after, an uninvited guest appears at the police station. The 2 sergeants from earlier now lie unconscious on the ground. The woman points at Biguang, excitedly shouting, "Finally found you, my dear officer!" She claims to have lost a sycamore leaf containing blue sycamore flowers. As Jo Gyung-hee prepares to check the evidence list, the woman states, "No need to search, because it's in that officer brother's hands." Everyone looks at Kim Kyung-soo with confusion. Biguang curses silently. This bitch's personality hasn't changed at all. He attempts to notify Security Chief Hongjun for support, but he discovers interference blocking communication waves. The surveillance cameras also emit constant static sounds. This woman's madness stems from childhood trauma. At that time, Mr. Buddha captured many children, having Biguang assess their usefulness. Among them was November Phoenix. Mr. Buddha asked him, "Do any of these children show potential?" Biguang responded, "Not very useful." Mr. Buddha then snapped his fingers. "Let them all achieve enlightenment." This outcome completely surprised Biguang. He quickly added, "With some training, they could definitely help us later." However, Mr. Buddha patted him, saying ominously, "I've told you before, compassion is not a good thing." Subsequently, all those children received lethal poison. Phoenix showed intense survival instincts. She swore she would work hard to help Mr. Buddha. Mr. Buddha joked, "Little girl, if you want to be useful, perhaps waiting until your next reincarnation might be faster." Despite Phoenix's struggles, she could not escape drinking the poison. However, during the final cleanup, someone discovered this little girl was still alive. Thus, she successfully recovered her life. But her subsequent existence resembled hell. Mr. Buddha made her consume large quantities of drugs daily to build her body's drug resistance. After growing up, Mr. Buddha called her the November Phoenix. Phoenix showed absolute loyalty to Mr. Buddha. Her greatest wish was to prove useful. She has now become a drug-addicted, incurable madwoman. Seeing the police officer remain silent, Phoenix's mental state gradually spirals out of control. Biguang considers how to deal with her. With so many people here, it's difficult to take action against her. He then devises a plan, falsely claiming the item is at his home. He will lead her away, then find an opportunity to kill her. Just as Biguang prepares to take her home, Phoenix immediately exposes his lie. "Brother, how could you keep contraband at home? Do you think I'd believe what you say?" She then produces a stack of patches from her bag. She throws them at Biguang. The 3 colleagues behind him unfortunately get hit. The next second, their faces show bulging veins. They immediately lose consciousness. Meanwhile, 2 people wearing cock masks drug the others. Phoenix threatens him, "Just hand over the contraband, and I'll spare their lives." Suddenly, Biguang's hand swiftly moves forward. Although Phoenix dodges the attack in time, her clothes is worn. Biguang's actual target was the wave interference device on her body. Now the signal returns to normal. He immediately calls Hongjun requesting support. Phoenix complains, "Brother, what's wrong with you? Why are you tearing people's clothes?" Biguang grips his baton, showing a wicked smile. "After taking a few more hits, you'll understand. I'll make you remember past events." This makes the already psychologically twisted Phoenix even more excited. This brother speaks so rudely, tearing people's clothes and threatening to hit women. "Do you have such tendencies?" Biguang strikes her without hesitation. Phoenix bends to avoid the attack, immediately following with a flying knee aimed at her face. She quickly distances herself from her opponent. Her forehead immediately feels sharp pain. Her opponent has drawn first blood. Phoenix's face instantly becomes ferocious. This damn cop doesn't want to live. You're still the same. Damn ugly when angry. Phoenix licks the blood on her hand. You don't seem like an ordinary police officer. Are you from Special Forces? She then produces a red patch. I don't care about your background. Because you're about to meet your maker. With the patch's enhancement, Phoenix's strength and speed double. However, she immediately receives a solid hit from the baton. Do you think one patch is really enough? Haven't you learned your lesson from getting beaten? You need at least 10 patches to fight me. Phoenix was beaten so badly she held her head in her hands. But she did not dare fight back. You little punk dare treat me this way? You're exactly the same as before. Always relying on drugs, never thinking about training your body. Phoenix feels somewhat confused. Who are you, bastard, pretending to know me? Bi Guang suddenly crouches down, striking her beautiful legs with the baton. Phoenix gets completely knocked over. Bi Guang immediately pins her beneath him. About who I am. Take a few more beatings to familiarize yourself, then you'll understand. Although drugs have ruined your brain, facing death should help you recognize who I am. Just obediently die for me. However, at this moment, an accident occurs. Under Bi Guang's forceful action, the solid baton automatically retracts. Phoenix seizes the opportunity to push him off her. Bi Guang curses silently. Why is this baton's quality so poor? They give police such cheap equipment? How am I supposed to fight like this? Phoenix becomes furious and launches another attack. Bi Guang hastily blocks with his arms. However, his both hands feel numb. He then notices Phoenix's forehead patches change to an unfamiliar style. Meanwhile, his own hands begin showing bulging veins. Just touching her clothes briefly caused this. Fortunately, Phoenix's condition isn't great either. What kind of monster are you? Why do you remind me of that dead guy? A nearby cockmask wearer states, police reinforcements will arrive soon. We should leave quickly. Bi Guang also waves urgently. You should leave quickly. We'll meet again anyway, because police alone cannot possibly catch her. Anyone who touches her will immediately die. Phoenix never expected this police officer to be so mysterious. She can only choose temporary retreat. Her body trembles uncontrollably from fear. Why does that police officer carry traces of brother Bi Guang? When Hongjun arrives, he questions why Bi Guang failed to apprehend her. The next second, a baton flies over. You still have the nerve to ask me? If not for this cheap equipment, I would have caught them long ago. Now my arm is completely useless. This situation completely exceeds Bi Guang's expectations. Fortunately, Phoenix fled out of fear. Just touching her clothes can spread the virus. Has she enhanced the previous drug's effects? Or is this a new drug? She's become a walking contraband. I initially thought I could easily eliminate her. He then asks Hongjun for a favor. That evening, Bi Guang returns to his home. 2 cockmask wearers have already set an ambush. With the explosion sound, smoke instantly fills the entire room. Inhaling this contraband causes hallucinations, but Phoenix ordered increased dosage. Better to kill you directly. However, Bi Guang had previously borrowed equipment from Hongjun. He specifically requested no cheap stuff. The more expensive, the better. He had already anticipated Phoenix wouldn't spare him, though he didn't expect her to be scared enough to only send subordinates. What a coward. This time, let you taste what expensive equipment feels like. Both cockmask wearers freeze like statues. One attempts to say, don't be afraid, this thing clearly looks fake. The next second, Bi Guang gives them a full barrage. Both cockmask wearers get shot into submission. Expensive equipment truly has excellent quality. Hongjun arrives at the scene and finds the 2 men's condition unbearable to witness. Although these are rubber bullets, how many did you fire? Are you sure they're still alive? Bi Guang responds. They have suicide capsules under their tongues that must be removed first. At this moment, Hongjun finally believes he truly is Bi Guang. Have you been doubting me all along? Then why did you lend me equipment? I figured I'd been deceived. Who could believe someone would be reborn? However, from the contraband to this Phoenix case, I'm now 99% convinced you are Bi Guang. The remaining 1% doubt exists because, if you really are Bi Guang, why not directly find that monk and eliminate him? Bi Guang responds, didn't you say evidence is required? That's our stance as police officers, but from your perspective, direct elimination would be the first choice. Bi Guang explains, the entire nation regards that monk as a living Mr. Buddha reincarnation. If I eliminate him directly, what do you think people would do to commemorate him? Moreover, this matter isn't as simple as just eliminating him. Their world is more complex than you imagine. Are there other organizations besides Huaguo Temple? Bi Guang responds, other organizations have nothing to do with me. I only want that monk to face complete disgrace. I won't let others follow my path in life. Hongjun suddenly extends his hand. I'll help you capture that monk together. This truly surprises Bi Guang. What? You'll help me? Obviously I'm helping you, not letting you die by my hand. If you want to stay alive, do what I ask you to do well. Finally, one more thing. It's not that I don't want to eliminate him, but I currently lack that capability. At this moment, Phoenix desperately begs for mercy. Upon learning she lost drugs and stormed the police station without permission, Mr. Buddha becomes extremely angry. You are insane. Have you eaten too many drugs and damaged your brain too? Who gave you the courage to cause chaos at the police station? This time you'll obediently accept punishment. Phoenix crawls outward like a dog, desperately trying to escape. Someone nearby mocks, look at how you're crying. You beggar look really ugly. Phoenix starts to ask, why is Lesbaday's brother here? When another person appears. Of course Mr. Buddha called us here. How did this bitch Cherry Blossom also come? At this time Mr. Buddha addresses everyone. Since you've all gathered, the ceremony to eliminate November Phoenix begins now. Due to Phoenix losing contraband and acting without authorization, Mr. Buddha decides to personally help her ascend to enlightenment. Phoenix frantically begs for mercy. I will definitely help you retrieve the lost drugs. However, Mr. Buddha says, no need. I've already sent someone to retrieve that item. He then asks everyone, any opinions about handling Phoenix? Lesbaday's brother responds, of course eliminate her. How can such a detestable bitch exist who relies on drugs for strength? March Cherry Blossom also agrees, although reluctant, the expert world is so cruel and heartless. According to majority opinion, Mr. Buddha announces formal exorcism proceedings. Phoenix finally realizes he intends to kill her. Therefore, she summoned these people who dislike her. Subsequently, Cherry Blossom presents Mr. Buddha's favorite weapon. I have no use for useless people. Namo Amitabha, as the trigger is pulled. Phoenix hastily states, I've developed a new drug 5 times stronger than current contraband. Moreover, it's difficult to detect during security checks. Mr. Buddha slowly lowers his weapon. How much have you produced? Where are the distribution points? Approximately 10 kilograms. I've already contacted distribution points in several neighboring countries. Please give me half a year. I will definitely become useful to you. Mr. Buddha responds, due to your stupid actions causing me significant losses, I'm only giving you 3 months to prove yourself. Thus, Phoenix recovers her life again. At this moment, Hongjun has already discovered that there is a mole connected within the police force. Those contraband items have mysteriously vanished. Bai Guang shows no concern about this. When we catch that bitch Phoenix, we can just take them back then. Handle the internal police matters yourself. Also, didn't you mention the Huago Temple Task Force before? When will they start working? Hongjun's expression immediately turns extremely grim. Actually, they have all been sacrificed. Bi Guang's sandbag-sized fist immediately swings up. You little brat dare to lie and deceive me. I see you don't want to live anymore. Hongjun hurriedly says, why don't you personally form a team? Didn't you say before that you need to be promoted to guard to form a team? With me as security chief backing you up, who dares to oppose? However, Bi Guang's the first to raise his hand in opposition. I'm already used to acting alone. Hongjun explains that all police officers are organized. Acting alone will face many restrictions. Moreover, this is an order I'm giving you as security chief. You must act in teams. If I form a team myself, I'll be under too much surveillance. The risk and burden are too great. However, Bi Guang says, don't you dare order me around. I want you to personally beg me. Hongjun has no choice but to swallow his pride, saying, please, I beg you to form a team. Afterwards, Bi Guang tells those 3 colleagues about the team formation. A sergeant can actually form a team, truly worthy of having connections. When Zhou Gyongqi asks who the team members are, Bi Guang actually says, of course it's you. You're the only ones in the police station with lower ranks than me. Everyone is instantly moved to tears, so you do have us in your heart after all. Is this what friendship between colleagues feels like? We'll definitely work our hardest. However, Bai Guang says, who told you we're colleagues? Don't you have any self-awareness? Listen up, all of you. I only need people who obey quietly. Our relationship isn't colleagues. From now on, you're all my slaves. If I tell you to die, go die immediately. If I tell you to live, then live obediently. If you understand, immediately call me master and let me hear it, then I'll agree to let you be my team members. Before this, Hongjun showed him the detailed files of these 3 people. The one with lots of hair is called Huang Hejun. He's proficient in boxing, Muay Thai, and Taekwondo, though he looks like he has strong combat ability. But he failed the exam 4 times, a typical case of strong limbs but simple mind. At this moment, he still thinks Bi Guang is asking them to call him director. Others look at him like looking at an idiot. It's not director, it's master. The balding one next to him is called Lee Songyun. He's proficient in another martial art, like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo. But on the day of the interview, he was directly scared to tears. He's a super coward. Now hearing Bi Guang asking them to call him master, those useless tears flow out again. The last woman is called Zhou Gyongqi. She doesn't know any martial arts. Her physical fitness test was also last place. Among the police, she's the weakest existence. But she got first place in the written exam. First place in the interview too. So her IQ is very high. She's especially good at reading people's expressions and flattering. Therefore, she's the first to step forward and actively call Bi Guang master. This weekend, the oddball trio called out looks completely confused. Bai Guang proposes to play a role-playing game with them. My identity is a vicious criminal. I'll give you 5 minutes to warm up, then attack together and subdue me. Huang Hejun obviously hasn't realized the seriousness of the problem. Is 3 against 1 really okay? What if Master gets injured? Bi Guang instantly looks at them with murderous intent. Now there are 4 minutes of preparation time left. Then the other 3 crouch on the ground to discuss tactics. Has that bastard Kim Kyung-soo gone crazy? Gyeonggi, didn't you call him master? Whatever, he can't hear us anyway. However, Bi Guang says I can hear everything, scaring them to quickly change and call him master. Jo Gyeong-hee, as the intelligence leader, she has Hwang Hee-jun charge up first, using footwork to attract the opponent's attention. Then Lee Song-gyun takes advantage of the opening to use grappling techniques to lock him down. Though the plan is perfect, but when they see Bi Guang take off his shirt, revealing his 8-pack abs, the three can't help but break into a cold sweat. When did this guy become a real man? Jo Gyeong-hee directs Hwang Hee-jun to act according to the original plan. Then he starts doing tap dance on the spot. You idiot, you need to go in front of him. However, the next second, Hwang Hee-jun is directly punched and sent flying back. Bi Guang is speechless about these people. Are you joking with me? Is this your performance when facing criminals? Jo Gyeong-hee hurriedly tells Lee Sung-gyun to charge up. However, he's scared and turns to run away. Bi Guang quickly catches up. He actually left his back to the criminal. You idiot, do you even know how to be a police officer? Seeing the two with the best physical fitness both dealt with, Jo Gyeong-hee, this weakling with zero combat power, can't make any waves. So she sensibly kneels on the ground, begging Master to spare her life. Surely you won't even hit a woman. Bi Guang slowly lifts her chin. Are women not police officers too? These weaklings are even more speechless than he imagined. Today we'll train 3 times like this. If you don't want to get beaten, fight desperately to pounce on me and subdue me. Afterwards, Hong Jun advises Bi Guang not to train too harshly. Ordinary people can't withstand your punches. But Bi Guang says, are the people we're catching ordinary people? Also, why hasn't your interrogation produced any results yet? Hong Jun says they refuse to talk no matter what. There's nothing I can do. It's all because I chose to trust you police officers. From now on, I'll conduct the interrogation myself. Hong Jun hurriedly reminds him that torture is not allowed. However, Bi Guang is confident, I have a better method. Bi Guang disguises himself as his former appearance. When he enters the interrogation room, he immediately calls out these 2 people's names. This shocks them greatly. Who exactly are you? Long time no see, everyone. I'm Bi Guang. Now tell me everything you know.